Have you ever sat down to eat and wondered, is this meal feeding my body or slowly draining the life from it? At my age, food isn't just fuel, it's medicine, it's memory, it's what either keeps me standing or brings me to my knees. I've lived through decades of trial and error, heartburn, hospital visits, muscle loss, mental fog, and I've discovered something I wish someone told me sooner. The right meal plan after 60 can fix 98% of your health problems. So today, from one senior to another, let me give you the perfect senior meal plan. What to eat after 60 to live longer, think sharper, move easier, and feel like yourself again. This isn't a diet. This isn't about starving or counting every crumb. This is about honoring your body. It's about nourishing yourself with food that supports your bones, protects your heart, sharpens your brain, and fills your spirit. I'll walk you through each meal, morning to night. I'll share what I eat, what I avoid, and why certain foods saved my life. Along the way, I'll tell you stories that shaped my understanding of what real health looks like at this age. So sit with me. Let's eat with purpose. I will break this into segments for your better understanding. Segment 1, Breakfast, 5 limes 12-12. Let's start with breakfast, the foundation of your day. Now I know what some folks say, I'm not a breakfast person. But let me tell you, after 60, you don't eat for hunger alone. You eat to function. You eat to move. You eat to remember. You eat to feel. You see, when you sleep, your body goes into recovery mode. It's like a silent workshop. Your organs are cleaning up, your cells are rebuilding, and your brain is sorting through the clutter. But by the time morning comes, your blood sugar is low, your joints are stiff, and your energy's running on fumes. That's why breakfast, especially for seniors, isn't optional. It's essential. Let me tell you what I eat most mornings. Not every now and then, most mornings. Because at this age, consistency is your greatest medicine. First, a warm bowl of steel-cut oats. Not the sugary instant stuff, no. Steel-cut real oats. I toss in a spoonful of chia seeds and ground flaxseed. Why? Because those little seeds are nature's treasure chest. They help keep your heart pumping, your digestion moving, and your joints a little less cranky. Then come the blueberries. Just a handful. They're not just sweet, they're smart, packed with antioxidants that help with memory. And believe me, when you're trying to remember why you walked into the kitchen, you'll appreciate every bit of help you can get. Now, hydration. That comes before the food. I either go for a cup of green tea or a glass of warm lemon water. That simple habit has kept my digestion smooth and my skin from drying like parchment. People forget how dehydrated we become overnight. A little lemon in warm water goes a long way in waking up your liver and kickstarting your metabolism. Some days I'll have a boiled egg or a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt, just a bit of protein to protect my muscles. Remember, after 60, you're not just aging, you're shrinking. If you're not careful, muscle loss is silent but dangerous. Protein helps keep your body upright and strong. Now let me tell you something from experience. There was a season, maybe in my late 40s, early 50s, when I thought skipping breakfast was a clever way to cut calories. I was trying to watch my weight, like many of us do, but I didn't realize I was starving my muscles, slowing my brain, and setting my mood on a crash course by noon. I'd get cranky, confused, and tired for no reason. It wasn't until I got serious about my morning meal that I noticed the fog lift. My balance improved, my thinking sharpened, even my attitude, it calmed. So now I treat breakfast like medicine. I make it sacred. And no, it doesn't have to be fancy, just consistent, clean, nourishing. So ask yourself this: what are you putting into your body each morning? Are you skipping the meal that could sharpen your focus, protect your bones, and set the tone for your whole day? Because at this age, energy is precious, and you've got to build it, not borrow it. Start your day with intention. Your body will thank you, and so will the people who still want your best self around. Segment 2, Lunch, 12-20-20. Let's talk about lunch, that middle-of-the-day moment where your body either thanks you or begs you for mercy. Now, when I was younger, I treated lunch like an afterthought. Fast food, heavy rice, or a mountain of bread. I'd eat whatever was easy, whatever was quick, and I paid the price with fatigue, with belly aches, with long afternoons where my eyelids felt heavier than my heart. But after 60, lunch isn't about filling your stomach, it's about fueling your energy, stabilizing your blood sugar, and keeping your body from crashing. This is the meal that decides how strong you'll feel for the rest of your day. So let me walk you through what lunch looks like for me. Something simple, balanced, and kind to the body. First, vegetables, and lots of them. Greens like spinach, kale, and cucumbers. Bright ones like carrots and bell peppers. I usually steam or lightly sauté them with olive oil, garlic, and turmeric. Why turmeric? Because it fights inflammation. And after 60, inflammation is the quiet thief that steals your mobility and your comfort. Next, protein. For me, it's usually a piece of grilled salmon, sardines, or mackerel. Omega-3 rich fish keep the heart strong, the brain sharp, and the joints lubricated. You want to avoid red meats every day. It's heavier on your digestion and harder on your heart. If fish isn't an option, a handful of boiled beans or lentils will do. Just enough to keep your muscles happy. Now, I also include healthy fats, maybe half an avocado, a drizzle of olive oil, or a small handful of walnuts. Fat isn't your enemy, it's your brain's best friend. The right fats help memory, mood, and keep the skin from aging like paper left in the sun. Whole grains? Yes, but not too much. A small scoop of brown rice, quinoa, or sweet potato. Just enough to stabilize energy, not spike it. Remember, at our age, we don't need to feed a high-speed engine. We need steady fuel, controlled energy that won't leave us drowsy or bloated. Oh, and here's the secret most folks ignore: bitters. I like to include something bitter, like arugula, dandelion greens, or a squeeze of fresh lemon over the meal. Why? Bitters wake up the liver. They help with digestion. They keep the gut from turning lazy. I remember once visiting a friend from the village. He was 86, sharp as a tack. When I asked him his secret, he smiled and said, "Never eat a lunch that puts you to sleep." I didn't understand until I changed my lunch routine. Now I know exactly what he meant. You see, at this age, your body becomes your diary. It records every choice you make. Eat too heavy, and your knees will speak. Eat too greasy, and your blood will protest. Eat too little, and your hands will tremble by 4 p.m. That's why I keep lunch light, colorful, and peaceful. It's not just about nutrition, it's about intention. Ask yourself this: is your lunch feeding your future, or just feeding your habit? Do you walk away from your plate with clarity, or with a cloud? You don't need fancy ingredients. You don't need 5-star chefs. All you need is to eat like you love yourself. Eat like someone who plans to live another 20, 30 years with purpose. Because listen, your body is still listening to you. It hasn't given up on you, and you shouldn't give up on it. Choose lunch that lifts you, not one that lulls you into another slow afternoon of regrets. Nourish wisely. Your second half of the day deserves your second wind. Segment 3. Now dinner. Ah yes, the final act of your daily play. After 60, this meal is not just about what's on the plate. It's about what kind of sleep you're inviting in, and what kind of morning you're setting up. You see, when I was younger, I made dinner the biggest deal of the day. Mountains of pounded yam, late-night swallow and pepper soup, heavy bowls of rice at 9 p.m. And you know what that did? It robbed me of rest. My body was too busy digesting to repair. I'd wake up tired, sometimes even angry, and I never knew why. Until I learned the body does its healing while you sleep, but only if you let it. So here's what I do now. It's simple, light, gentle. Dinner starts early, before 7 p.m. No late-night meals. That's one of the golden rules of aging gracefully. Let the stomach rest so the body can rise strong. My go-to meal? A bowl of vegetable soup, light on oil, rich in greens, agu leaves, water leaf, bitter leaf, and just a little lean protein, shredded chicken, grilled fish, or soft-boiled eggs. No red meats, no fried foods. If I need something extra, maybe a small side of boiled plantain, ripe but not sugary, or a little sweet potato, but never enough to weigh me down. Some evenings, I skip the solid food entirely. I'll just sip on a warm cup of herbal tea, maybe ginger and turmeric, or lemon and honey. That calms my nerves, settles my stomach, and prepares me for deep healing sleep. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you ate dinner and didn't feel heavy? When you finish your meal, you should feel lighter, not burdened. You should feel ready to stretch, to reflect, to rest, not slump over and beg the couch for mercy. You see, dinner after 60 is no longer about appetite. It's about alignment, aligning with your body's rhythm, aligning with your heart's peace, aligning with your purpose to wake up strong tomorrow. So ask yourself, is your dinner draining you or renewing you? I remember one night I couldn't sleep, heart racing, belly bloated. I had eaten too late, too heavy, too fast. I laid in bed and I whispered to myself, this will be the last time I eat like I'm 20. That was over a decade ago, and I've kept my word. Because the truth is, the older you get, the more every meal becomes a message. You're either telling your body, I love you, let's heal, or you're saying, I forgot. Again, eat to rest, eat to restore, eat like your tomorrow depends on it, because it does. And remember, dinner is not your reward for the day. Peace is, lightness is, rest is. Let your dinner serve those things. That's how I eat at night, and I've been waking up grateful ever since. Segment 4, Snacks and Hydration. 30-30, it whispers once, and if you don't listen, it stops talking. Snacks used to be about pleasure, crunch, sugar, comfort, but now they're about support, supporting your energy, supporting your bones, supporting your mind. My rule for snacking is simple: never eat out of boredom, only eat out of wisdom. Here's what I reach for now: A handful of walnuts or almonds. They feed the brain. I call them memory boosters. They also help manage inflammation and give my heart what it needs. Sliced cucumber with a little lemon and sea salt. Refreshing, hydrating, and easy on the digestive system. Half a banana with peanut butter. Just enough potassium to calm my nerves, and enough healthy fat to satisfy my hunger without loading me down. Sometimes, I'll enjoy plain Greek yogurt with honey and some cinnamon. It tastes like a treat, but it fuels my bones and calms my gut. Now, the older you get, the less your body reminds you to drink, but the need increases. Dehydration in old age doesn't just give you dry lips, it gives you joint pain, headaches, confusion, fatigue, even heart strain. So here's what I do. First thing in the morning, a full glass of water. Before food, before news, before prayer, water first. Throughout the day, I sip on warm lemon water or cucumber-infused water. It keeps my body alkaline, my skin soft, and my joints smooth. Coconut water, pure unsweetened, is my go-to when I've lost minerals from walking or sweating. It's nature's electrolyte. Herbal teas in the evening, like hibiscus, ginger or chamomile. No caffeine, just calm. Let me ask you, how often do you drink water simply because your body needs love, not thirst? I'll tell you something that might surprise you. Many people over 60 are not sick, they're just dehydrated. Their joints are screaming because they're dry. Their memory is foggy because the brain is parched. Their heart races because their blood is thick. You don't need more pills, you need more water. And let me say this too, avoid drinking with meals. It dilutes your stomach acid and weakens digestion. Sip between meals, not during. I once asked a 92-year-old herbalist what her secret was. She smiled and said, "Child, I never let my body go thirsty. Not for water, not for rest, not for love." And that stuck with me. So if you take nothing else from this part of the meal plan, take this. Fuel wisely and hydrate constantly. It's not about fullness, it's about function. Eat your snacks with intention. Drink your water like it's medicine. And never ignore a dry mouth or a dry spirit. Your body listens to how you treat it in between the meals, not just during them. Segment 5, Supplements and Daily Nutrients. 38 turns, 46 for. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Do I really need supplements after 60? And my answer, not always, but often. Because even if you eat well, the soil isn't what it used to be. Our food has changed, and sometimes your body needs a little boost, a little extra wisdom in capsule form. But let me be clear, supplements are support, not substitutes. You can't out-supplement a bad diet. You can't swallow a pill to replace a plate of greens. Still, here's what I take and why. Vitamin D3 with K2. Most seniors are deficient in vitamin D, and without it, your bones weaken. Your immune system slows and your mood takes a dive. K2 helps the D3 get into your bones, not your arteries. Magnesium. For sleep, muscle relaxation, and heart rhythm. Without magnesium, you're tense, restless, and often irritable. I take magnesium glycinate. It's gentle on the stomach and helps me rest. Omega-3. Fish oil or algae oil. These oils keep the brain young and the heart beating steady. They reduce inflammation, ease arthritis, and support vision. Probiotics. Because gut health is whole body health. And as we age, our gut bacteria start to fade. A daily probiotic keeps digestion smooth and immunity strong. Vitamin B12. Especially important if you're on medications or eat little meat. B12 gives energy, protects nerves, and sharpens memory. Sometimes I take a multivitamin, but only the kind made from whole foods. No synthetic junk. If it sounds like a chemistry exam, I don't take it. Now, some old friends of mine take every supplement on the shelf, and still they feel tired, foggy, and stiff. Why? Because they ignore the basics: movement, clean food, good sleep, and gratitude. Supplements are like a walking stick. They help, but they don't carry you. And please ask your doctor before adding anything new. Your medications matter. Your health history matters. This isn't a guessing game. You want to support your body, not confuse it. Now let me tell you a story. I once met a man at the clinic, 78 years old. Said he took everything YouTube told him to, but he never felt better. I asked him what he ate. He said mostly white bread, soda, and canned soup. But I take 15 supplements a day. I smiled. Brother, I said, that's like building a house on sand and sprinkling it with gold dust. Supplements are not a disguise for bad habits. They're the reinforcement for good ones. So take what your body truly needs. Test, don't guess. And remember, food first, supplements second, peace always. Because at this stage in life, you're not trying to bulk up, you're trying to build balance. And balance isn't just in the body, it's in the way you live, breathe, and choose what supports you every day. Segment 6, The senior dinner table, 4654. Now we come to dinner. Dinner after 60 is not just about food, it's about how you close your day. In my younger years, I'd eat heavy late and mindlessly. Then I'd wonder why I couldn't sleep, why my joints ached, why I woke up tired. Well, let me save you that regret. Dinner should be your gentlest meal, not your biggest, not your heaviest, just peaceful, warm, supportive. Here's what my plate looks like most evenings: a steamed or sautéed green like spinach, kale, or broccoli. These aren't just sides, they're medicine in leaf form. Magnesium, fiber, calcium, they cleanse, they calm. A light protein, maybe grilled fish, a small piece of chicken breast, or lentils. You don't need a steak at night. You need repair, not overload. A small serving of quinoa, sweet potato, or brown rice, something earthy to ground you, to tell your body it's safe to rest now. And always, a herbal tea, chamomile, ginger, or peppermint. Coffee at night? No thank you. Caffeine robs you of deep sleep, the kind that heals your organs and resets your mind. Now let me tell you about something few people talk about: loneliness at the dinner table. You see, at this age, many of us eat alone, and when you eat alone, you either rush through your meal, or you don't bother eating at all. I've done both, but I learned something. Even if you're alone, eat like you matter. Set the table, play soft music, sit up straight, taste every bite, because how you eat, especially alone, tells your spirit whether it's still being honored. There was a time after I lost my wife, I stopped cooking, just ate crackers and drank tea. Then one night, I lit a candle, made a simple soup, sat down and ate in silence. And in that moment, something shifted. Dinner became a ritual, a reminder. You're still here, you still matter. Feed yourself like you still have dreams. So to you listening, I say this: don't skip dinner. Don't eat in front of the TV every night. Don't just fill your belly, nourish your soul. And don't eat just because it's time. Eat because your body is worth the care. Now the day is winding down. The sun has set, the house is quiet, and your body, it's asking you for one last act of love, hydration and rest. You see, most seniors go to bed dehydrated. We stop drinking water too early, afraid we'll wake up for the toilet. But hear me, a dry body doesn't heal. A dry body doesn't dream. Here's what I do in the last hours of my evening. I sip a small glass of warm water, with a pinch of sea salt, or a splash of lemon. Not too much, just enough to ease the joints, calm the heart, and support digestion through the night. I often enjoy a cup of herbal tea, chamomile, lemon balm, or fennel. These herbs are old friends to the aging body. They soothe the stomach, relax the nerves, and usher you into sleep gently. And I don't snack after dinner, unless I'm truly hungry. But if I am, I reach for a slice of banana, a few almonds, or a spoon of plain yogurt. That's it. No sugar, no cookies, no late-night heavy meals. Now listen, sleep is not just rest, it's repair. Your body does its deepest healing at night. Your brain sorts through your memories. Your liver cleans your blood. Your heart slows down and recovers. But if your stomach is busy, if your blood sugar is spiking, if your mind is racing, you'll wake up more tired than you went to bed. I want you to treat bedtime like sacred ground. Wash your face, brush your teeth, light a candle, say a prayer, stretch your legs, and go to bed knowing you did your best today. You honored your body. You showed up for your soul. There is peace in that. So here it is, my friend. A full day's table, crafted not just for taste, but for healing. You've learned how to fuel your mornings, balance your afternoons, and nourish your evenings. The perfect senior meal plan isn't about being strict or trendy. It's about being intentional. It's about asking yourself with every bite, am I feeding life into me, or am I feeding habits that take it away? I wasted many years ignoring that question. You don't have to. Eat like someone you love. Eat like someone who still has light in their bones. Eat like someone whose story isn't over, because it's not. You're not too old. You're just in the season where food becomes medicine and meals become moments of meaning. So if you're watching this and you're over 60 or 70 or even 90, remember this: it's not too late to change what you eat. It's not too late to honor your body, and it's certainly not too late to feel alive again.